This is Larry Williams Drive with Rachel Smalley. Are you ready? On News Talk ZB.
Well, it's been another big day in politics, but one thing is clear. Greens co-leader Matiria Ture, she is digging in.
I will not be resigning as the co-leader of the Green Party or as a member of Parliament for the Green Party. What I do want to announce today is that I will not be seeking a ministerial position in a new Labour Green government. Change is coming, and I am proud to be part of leading that change at this election. But it's true that change always comes at a price. And I knew that when I first told my story, and today that price has been paid.
Well, Jeanette Fitzsimons is a co-founder of the Green Party and a former co-leader of that party as well. Hello to you, Jeanette.
Hello, Rachel.
In light of Matiria Ture admitting to benefit fraud and electoral fraud, should she remain in Parliament?
Things happened a very, very long time ago, well over 20 years ago. And I think many of us could look at 25 years and say, we might do things differently now. I think her admission of hiding information from social welfare was actually a courageous one. She didn't have to tell anybody that, but it opened up a public debate about the meanness of the social welfare system, especially to children. And many beneficiaries have been saying, yes, that's me, that's what I had to do to survive. And remembering she wasn't sitting in front of the telly, she was studying for a law degree, she got off the benefit as soon as she could and was earning a livelihood. Today's announcement is a little different, even though that was also the same length of time ago. Breaking electoral law is not a wise thing to do. And I understand that she's paid the price today, and in discussion with the party, she's not going to be seeking a ministerial position.
But is that really paying a price? Is that really paying a price?
Yes, it is. If you've been in Parliament for 15 years and you are passionately driven by policy and you are there to make a difference, not just to collect a salary, then giving up the chance to be a minister is huge.
Okay. Well, in the past, you were part of the Values Party, and under you, the Green Party was an incredibly principled party, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how can you endorse someone then who's broken the law and could potentially get into a government that is charged with making laws that we, the public, have to live by? Do you see the hypocrisy in that?
I do see the point that you're making, and I also see that there would be very, very few of us who could look back over our whole life and say, we have never broken a law.
But we're not setting laws either. We're members of the public.
That's true. And she has acknowledged that it was a wrong thing to do, and she's paid quite a high price.
Okay, she's made the acknowledgement, but she's never said sorry. I mean, how would you have delivered a message like this? Because Ture at times comes across as unrepentant and is accused at times, I think, of being incredibly self-entitled in both her tone and in her attitude. Has she got the delivery of this message right?
Well, I think that might be for others to judge, but I would simply say, who should throw the first stone here?
Has her credibility taken a hit, do you think?
It's a question of whether you think that appearances are more important than the substance of what you're trying to do for people. I mean, how much damage does it do to people now that she committed a misdemeanor all of those years ago when she was young, and who hasn't? It's not that I'm saying it's all okay. It's that I think we need to put it in perspective. And if she was somebody else, it will be just brushed off.
I'm not sure it would, and I would question whether there's a strategic aspect to this too, Jeanette. The Greens, do they believe this will actually improve their chances at the election? I mean, it's admitting electoral and benefit fraud.
No, so the electoral question was not something that Matiria put forward herself.
She was found out. That's worse in a way, isn't it? Someone went digging and found out. Well, that's, that's not her admitting it. That's her being caught out.
Parliament disclosed everything they've ever done in their past that they shouldn't have? I don't think so. She didn't go out to try and make a virtue out of pretending she lived in an electorate where she didn't. And it's not like it gave her a second vote or anything. She still only got one vote. But she didn't initiate that. Somebody went digging and they looked through the electoral rolls and they looked at addresses and they came out with this. And she told the truth. She said, yes, I did that and here's why. And it's a sort of silly thing you do when you're very young, try and support a friend who's standing in a different electorate. You can understand how it happens. It's not something that she did as a mature woman or a politician.
You know, when you look at your time in politics, though, I mean, surely central to leadership is integrity. And isn't that what Materia Ture has lost here?
Well, I guess it's a question of what you think integrity means.
Honesty?
Yeah, well, that was what she showed in coming out and saying, look, with the benefit issue, this is what I did, and I'm prepared to put myself on the line and acknowledge something that was breaking the law and that people will condemn me for in order to illustrate how mean the benefit system is these days and how difficult it is for people to survive. And that's why so many people have tweeted all over the country, I am Materia. They recognise that is what they have gone through too.
And a lot have tweeted their outrage as well. I mean, you know, the left, Labour, they founded the welfare state in this country. Potentially they're going to have to go into a coalition with the Greens when they've got someone, a leader, number one on their list at the moment, who has committed that benefit fraud. That's pretty extraordinary for a lot of people to digest. And I think I'm probably surprised, I have to say, that you are on some level defending it.
Well, it's interesting what you say about the Labour Party, because maybe they should have a look at Michael Joseph Savage and his cabinet. I understand that about half the people in his first Labour government had broken the law in some sense, and they didn't see that as a reason to not try and lead the country, because they were trying to lead it in a different direction. I actually think Savage and others would be appalled if they saw at how the benefit system is working now. Even if you try to play by the rules, they make it pretty much impossible.
Jeanette Fitzsimons, co-founder of the Green Party, former co-leader